the personal transformation that they were able to communicate was really powerful. And I think when Patricia was saying that not only is the kingdom here, but I'm experiencing it with myself. I'm not just out there speaking justice. I'm telling you that, the fire of my change is so much that I don't mind suffering for the truth. And I'm longing for us to be there. I think I just want to say one of the insights that happened to me around this is that the Quakers were not into political change. They were into a social revolution. So they weren't there to a resurrection of the government. And they were accused over and over again of, you're not going to the church services, that means that you're not Christian, right? You're not paying taxes, that means you're not really a good citizen and you don't like the Church of England. It wasn't about that at all. It was following that of God that they heard in their calling. So the other thing around continuing revelation that was pretty cool for me was that I realize now that Quakers did talk about sin, but they didn't see original sin as something that directed their trajectory into salvation. And so George Fox's revelation was that even that, how in the story of the creation where when Adam and Eve were ejected, they were kicked out for disobeying God, and once they got out of Eden, there was the flaming swords, and the seraphim were two, they were these angels that were on each side of the gates, and the flaming swords crossed and didn't let anybody in. So Fox says, we follow truth and love, that's what they're after, truth-telling and giving love and righteousness. We enter the realm through the swords of Eden. We aren't blocked going into that paradise of God. This is getting into how the early friends believed in perfection and gospel order. We're not blocked. And then Fox goes into this whole thing, which I totally relate to around the experience of worship. He says when he had this experience of not being blocked into the Garden of Eden, all things were new. The creation gave another smell unto me than ever I had before. It is beyond what words can utter. There was a pureness, a righteousness, a coming up that I felt, coming up to the state of Adam before he fell. So that's what comes to me when we talk about the paradise is here now. It might be invisible, and that's why we're fighting with spiritual weapons, not outward weapons, because it's not the imprisonment or the blocking of your body that we're about. We're about offering weapons, no, I should say it differently, offering a tool that can transform violence. And to me, some of that continuing revelation happened when I found out that God is not an old man in the sky. I am following a spirit that is an action of love. And there's no such thing as just, oh, I hope that we have peace someday. It's active hope that we're doing. So,